The water spirit brought us here. The water spirit will take us home. Those were the last words before dozens of Igbo captives walked into Dunbar Creek in 1803. They refused the chains waiting on land, and they chose the only resistance left to them. Let's get into it. These were men and women from the Igbo region of Nigeria, about 75 of them in total. They were chained and forced across the Atlantic. They landed in Savannah, Georgia, where plantation owners brought them for work on St. Simon's Island. To get there, they were put on a smaller boat called the Schooner York. On that boat, they rose up, they fought their captors, and they forced some into the water. The ship got stuck in the shallow water at Dunbar Creek, and there their leader gave the order, "We are not going to live as slaves." So they walked together into the creek, singing in Igbo. Some say 13 bodies were later found, others say at least 10. A few were caught and sold again, but the truth is this. Those Igbo people, they refused slavery with whatever strength they had. Now, this wasn't some romantic act. It came from pain and despair. It was their own way of saying no. And this is where history meets legend. Written records say they drowned, but the Gulagichi people, they tell it differently. They say the captives walked across the water. Some say they grew wings and they flew back to Africa. This became the legend of the Flying Africans. For generations, the story lived in folk tales, and it shaped art and culture. Toni Morrison wrote about it in Song of Solomon. Julie Dash showed it in Daughters of the Dust. Even Beyonce echoed it in Lemonade. Finally, in 2022, Georgia put up a marker to honor what happened at Dunbar Creek. Today, the place is just quiet marshland, but for many, it is sacred ground. The Igbo at Dunbar Creek, they didn't survive slavery, but they didn't give in to it either. Their last steps became symbol of courage, and that's why more than 2 centuries later, we remember them as heroes. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like stories like this, please follow me. I tell these stories all the time.